Today I'm making my family's amazing Italian meatballs. We use a secret ingredient in these meatballs that makes all the difference with tenderness, melt in your mouth texture, and they have incredible flavor. So let's get into it. Okay, so first I have a bowl here that has the meat in it, which is the most important part. So typically in an Italian meatball, you're going to find a combination of meats rather than just straight beef. So in here I have some ground pork and ground beef, both a pound each. And typically you'll also find a trio of pork, beef, and veal. Today I'm just keeping it simple and doing just pork and beef. But I've done the trio of the meats and it's really good. It comes out incredible. So today I'm just doing 50-50 pork and beef. And then we're gonna add some homemade breadcrumbs to this, about a cup. And the breadcrumbs just add structure to the meatball. So that's kind of why they're in there. And then we're gonna add 2 eggs. And the eggs are going to bind the ingredients together. Some people think that they add moisture to the meatballs, but they don't. The more eggs you put in, or the more that you need, the more dense the meatball can become. So you just put 1 per pound of meat. And then I have some minced garlic here, just 2 cloves, nothing crazy. Okay, and then next I have lots of fresh herbs here. I have some fresh basil, some fresh parsley. It's gonna add really nice bright flavor to the meatballs. And there's a time and a place for dried herbs, but it's not in meatballs. I like to use fresh herbs because they add the most bright, beautiful flavor, and dried herbs just can't accomplish that. So I would not substitute those for dried herbs. And then we have our secret ingredient, at least my family's secret ingredient, which is ricotta cheese. And this is a mild, creamy Italian cheese, but it adds so much tenderness to the meatballs and just such juicy flavor, or juicy consistency. So we're gonna do 1 cup of that. I'm gonna set this over here. And then we have 1 onion. And I wanted to show you how I cut my onion, because growing up, my mom, with making meatballs, she was always like, I don't wanna see big chunks of onions in my meatballs. So she always taught me to grate it with like a cheese grater. So I'm just gonna show you how I do that. I use like the bigger, grating attachment. And you wanna use 1 small onion, and if you have a large onion, you can just cut it in half. So I'm just gonna grate it like this. Okay, so I just cried my eyes out with that. The white onions always get me. So we have this much onion, and we don't need a lot. Just 1 small onion will do. Or like I said, 1/2 of a large onion. And it just comes out perfectly fine and just not big chunks that we don't want. So next we're gonna do 1/2 teaspoon of salt for flavor. Can't tell you how many meatballs I've had in my life that did not have flavor, or they were really dense and dry. And these are not. These have lots of flavor and just are so tender. And then we're gonna do some black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon. So the next ingredient that we're gonna be using is Parmigiano Reggiano, and I really like to use fresh in this recipe. I think it's really important because fresh cheese has so much more flavor than the pre-shredded dried flakes that you find in the store, and they have a ton more moisture when you're shredding this yourself. All right, and so we have this is probably more than a cup, so I'll just put about that much in. So now I'm gonna roll up my sleeves and we're gonna get into this. I know that not all of us want to stick our hands in this, but it's the best way to get all the ingredients combined. It's really hard to do with a spoon. I know it's messy. You can also put some disposable